Hello jurors, welcome to my courtroom. You're about to bear witness to some of the most heinous crimes ever committed. Breaches in the 7 key principles of General Data Protection Regulation law. Some of these felonies may shock you, but watch closely, because if you're sending emails to anyone in the UK or the EU, then you need to learn how to avoid a guilty verdict yourself, unless you want to face a jail sentence and a fine of up to 20 million euros or 4% of your company's annual global revenue. If you're new here, hello, my name is Jen. I am your resident email geek, and I'm here to help you crack the email code and unlock maximum potential from your email communication strategies. If this video proves useful for you, please do consider subscribing. It really helps the channel, and I would love to keep knowledge sharing with you on all things email. Now, let's take a look at GDPR crime number 1. Our first offender is a sickly sweet company called Data Hungry Dave's Donut Deliveries. There's been claims that this decadent donut distributor has a rather gluttonous approach when it comes to customer data collection. To investigate these accusations, I recently called them up to order 20 of their strawberry glazed specials. I'm a judge that likes donuts, don't judge me. And we were able to obtain the CCTV recording of their employee taking my order. Let's review the evidence. Data Hungry Dave's Donut Deliveries, how can I help? 20 strawberry glazed specials, an excellent choice, madam. I'm just going to need to take some information from you so that I can process your order. First off, would you say that you tend to eat your donuts clockwise or counterclockwise? Your donut eating habits are very important to us, madam. Clockwise it is, madam. And on average, how many bites would you say it takes you to reach the centre of a donut? We're aiming for a scientific consensus here. Interesting. Now I'm just going to need you to provide me with the exact number of donuts that you plan to enjoy over the next year. It's for your personalised donut forecast, madam. Excellent. And in your esteemed opinion, madam, how many sprinkles would you say the average donut should have for maximum enjoyment? Great. Finally, could you just share the GPS coordinates of your daily commute? You know, just in case we want to surprise you with a donut while you're stuck in traffic, madam. Order in the court. This is a data debacle that I do not approve of because it's a clear breach against the data minimization principle of GDPR, which states that organizations can only collect personal data that's adequate, relevant, and limited to what's necessary for the intended purpose. Instead of asking me for the specific information that they needed to fulfill my order, Data Hungry Dave's Donut Deliveries sprinkled a whole load of irrelevant and unnecessary questions into their data collection process. I therefore find this donut of a defendant guilty as charged. Our next defendant is Cryptic Co Inc., an intergalactic company which stands accused of causing their customers a lot of confusion. Rumour has it that the CEO of this company loves science fiction so much that they've used it as inspiration for their company privacy policy. Luckily, we have a video of a Cryptic Co Inc. representative reciting it for our viewing pleasure. Presenting Exhibit A. Cryptic Co Inc. may, from time to time, engage in the collection of quantum data particles to enhance our understanding of user quantum signatures. Your personal data may be transmogrified into an interdimensional data vortex for the purposes of probabilistic oscillation analysis. Your data may be subject to the following quantum entanglement experiments, including but not limited to teleportation to parallel data universes, decryption by the sentient AI overlords, or encoding into the cosmic microwave background radiation. We reserve the right to share your data with entities residing in alternate realities, provided they meet our stringent interdimensional GDPR compliance standards. What the was that? Firstly, the fact that these company representatives bear a striking resemblance to me is purely a coincidence. And secondly, this is a major breach against the lawfulness, fairness, and transparency principle of GDPR, which states that you need to be absolutely clear about what specific information you're collecting from your customers and how you're planning to use it. Cryptic Co Inc's privacy policy is so perplexing and convoluted that even the most seasoned codebreakers would be left scratching their heads over it. It's no wonder that their customers had no idea what data was being collected, how it was being used, or who these alternate reality entities might be. I'm hereby concluding that it's time to beam Cryptic Co Inc up to jail. Let's talk about our next offender, Infinite Insights. This company is known for its imaginative data usage, and they believed that any data that they collected could be repurposed for anything and everything. Meet John, a fitness enthusiast who decided to give the Infinite Insights fitness app a try. It was marketed as a tool for recording workouts and offering fitness tips. So John thought that this would be a great way for him to improve his fitness. As John diligently recorded his workout routine on the app, Infinite Insights saw an opportunity that nobody else did. They believed that John's bicep curls were so revolutionary that they deserved worldwide recognition. Soon, John's bicep curls were featured in all of Infinite Insights' email campaigns. The emails declared him the king of biceps and proclaimed that his bicep curl technique would change the world of fitness forever. Before he knew it, John and his newfound title went viral. His face appeared on billboards, magazine covers, and he became the subject of internet memes, all thanks to his unintentional association with Infinite Insights. Eventually, poor John became so famous that he had to go into hiding just to get away from all the paparazzi lining up outside his home. You don't have to be a fitness fanatic to work out that Infinite Insights have committed a clear felony against the purpose limitation principle of GDPR, which states that you cannot use data you hold on someone unless it's for a specified, explicit, and legitimate purpose. When John registered for their app, he had no idea that Infinite Insights was going to use his data for marketing purposes. As a consequence of using data in a way that they did not have explicit consent for, I'm going to issue Infinite Insights with a fine that's so heavy, even the king of biceps couldn't deadlift it. Next time, let's hope they avoid putting the dumb in dumbbell. Bring in the next defendant. Forget-Me-Not Finance, a quirky financial institution whose slogan was, well, nobody could remember because they forgot to create one. Ironically, Forget-Me-Not Finance also had a rather forgetful approach when it came to customer data management. Emily, a long-standing customer of Forget-Me-Not Finance, had to learn this the hard way. She'd recently decided to change her primary email address, so she promptly contacted Forget-Me-Not Finance to provide her new email details. Days later, Emily had not heard a dime out of Forget-Me-Not Finance. Her shiny new inbox was bankrupt of any financial notifications, statements, and updates. She decided to check her old inbox and was frustrated to find a wealth of all of her missing Forget-Me-Not Finance emails. After cashing in countless more hours on the phone, it soon became clear to Emily that Forget-Me-Not Finance had a memory span shorter than a goldfish with amnesia. As Forget-Me-Not Finance kept forgetting, Poor Emily was forced to become an email archaeologist, ploughing through her old email inbox to manage her finances and giving a whole new meaning to the term gold digger. It seems that Forget-Me-Not Finance forgot about the data accuracy principle of GDPR, which requires that data be accurate, kept up to date, and erased or rectified when inaccurate. Their negligence with data accuracy caused Forget-Me-Not Finance to send sensitive financial information to an inbox that was no longer in use. This could have posed a major security risk for Emily, in addition to a terrible user experience. I'm hereby sentencing Forget-Me-Not Finance to a punishment that will finally teach them to remember not to forget their obligations under GDPR law. Our next data mismanagement offender is a company known as Datalinger. Datalinger had ambitions to grow big, grow fast, and collect more data than a gossip-hungry parrot at a family reunion. Before long, Datalinger had gathered so much information that they started to develop a data overflow problem. But they had a simple solution. Just buy more storage space! Over the years, Datalinger's servers groaned under the weight of countless gigabytes of customer data. Nothing was ever deleted. Datalinger believed that spending hours sorting out databases was a waste of time and continued to focus all of their efforts on accumulating more customers. Their data quickly stockpiled into a digital hoarder's paradise. There were files, spreadsheets, and customer records piled up all over the place. Finding specific data became as challenging as locating a needle in a haystack the size of a football field. As Datalinger's complacency reached its peak, they could no longer manage their data, and so they could no longer protect it properly. It wasn't long before Hacky McSteely saw a golden opportunity and swiped top-secret confidential company data faster than you can say data breach. Datalinger has committed a clear felony against the storage limitation principle of GDPR, which states that personal data must be kept only for as long as it's needed to fulfill the original purpose of collection. In not taking the time to properly clean and manage their database, this company's business model went from Datalinger to data disaster. Let's hope that they learn some cleaning skills whilst they're serving time in jail. To review our next offender, I'm calling Hacky McSteely back to the stand. Hacky, why don't you reveal to the jury who your favourite company is? Why do I suddenly feel so insecure? Okay, Hacky, share your screen and show us why you like this company so much. Version 2010. This software is 13 years old. I'm objecting already. Password 123. Really? If it's easy for you to remember, then it's easy for hackers to guess. Okay, a security question. At least that's something. Wow, Hacky, how on earth did you guess that the answer would be the animal featured in this company's logo and brand name? Okay, now we're in their database and it looks like instead of actually encrypting their data, they've just called the file to encrypt. And now Hacky is downloading all of their data and enjoying a cocktail. Brilliant. I've seen enough. Security is a key principle of GDPR, and the law states that organisations must take the appropriate technical and organisational security measures to protect personal data against unauthorised processing and accidental disclosure, access, loss, destruction, or alteration. This means using up-to-date software, putting secure measures in place to prevent unauthorised access, and encrypting sensitive data. However, the only thing that Leaky Lion Enterprises has done is made Hacky McSteely roar with laughter. This defendant is guilty as charged. Our final defendant is auditless associates. We've been getting numerous reports that auditless associates have not been correctly processing customer requests when they've asked to have their information deleted. In order to get to the bottom of these accusations, I've asked to see evidence of their policy document for data deletion procedures. Let's take a look. Data deletion GDPR thingamajig. Interesting title. Let's continue. Play rock, paper, scissors to decide who has to delete the data. This is a lovely picture. Whoever drew this has some great artistic flair. But if you need to find out who was responsible for processing a data deletion request that came in 6 months ago, how on earth are you supposed to remember who won a game of rock, paper, scissors? Next page. This is just a screenshot from ChatGPT with some general wording about GDPR. AI tools can be helpful, but an AI tool in the public domain does not and should not know how your data is structured. So therefore, it cannot know what the specific process for the removal of your data should be. Next page. Okay, so they've kept a log here of all of the data that they've deleted. Only this log contains the data of customers that have asked to have their data deleted. Therefore, auditless associates have not actually deleted the data. This is enough evidence for me. I'm charging auditless associates with a breach against the accountability principle of GDPR, which states that there must be an assigned data controller who is responsible for implementing the measures to ensure that the personal data that it controls is handled in compliance with the principles of GDPR. In order to meet this requirement, companies must assign responsibilities and hold proper policies and data handling procedures to ensure that they are always accountable for the data that they hold. This does not include games of rock, paper, scissors, processes written by ChatGPT, or logs containing data that you don't have consent to keep. After careful and extensive deliberation, I must therefore conclude that the only thing that auditless associates have excelled at is getting a guilty verdict. People of the jury, your pivotal role in these trials cannot be understated. As you build your email campaigns, I urge you to consider not just the felonies presented to you in this video, but also the key principles that guide responsible data handling under UK and EU law. Just as justice demands fairness, GDPR mandates adherence to its 7 key principles: data minimalization, lawfulness, fairness and transparency, purpose limitation, data accuracy, storage limitation, security and accountability. Your commitment to upholding these principles in your judgment ensures the rights and protections of personal data for all. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like. And if you've got any questions about any of the topics that I covered in this video, please just leave me a comment down below and I will come back to you as soon as possible. Now, if you'd like some more email geekery, why not check out this video next, and I will see you over there. Engage in the collection of quantum use. Quite hard. Ah, my ear!